Saturday I took a walk to Zipperhead. I met a girl there and she almost knocked me dead. Punk rock girl, please look at me. What do you see? Let's travel around the world, just you and me, punk rock girl. I tapped her on the shoulder and said, do you have a bell? She looked at me and smiled and said she did not know. Punk rock girl, give me a chance. Let's go slam dance to a dress like Minnie Pearl, just you and me, punk rock girl.
Lingering with Luke, August 26th, 2025. Thank you for joining me this evening. I've actually got a little bit of an agenda here, but testing out the new computer. It's new to me, by the way. It's not new. It's from 2019, I think. But it's new to me. It's working much better. It's got Windows running on it, and it can actually do when we do the videos. It can actually do the whole videos, which is cool.
I've been talking right now.
Yeah, it does that no problem. But I do have a couple things that I'm going to get to tonight, but I wanted to start tonight with a song. Sing along if you know the words. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, through your dreams be tossed and blown. I don't know that lyric. But oh, walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. I lost the plot a little bit through that one, but there we go. Now that that's done. Sean Wick, how you doing, buddy? I'm ready to come out and endorse somebody for the Kirkman and producer search. Get rid of that first. I didn't make my decision until about 3 hours ago. I didn't like any of the candidates. I didn't think John Dales was good. I didn't think Handsome Johnny was okay. He seemed to be the only one that was really passable. Jake, obviously, I would be happy with Jake, but it wouldn't last long. It would be funny though the first time Jake texted Kirk at 3 o'clock in the morning, angry. That would be within 2 days. But I'm going to endorse. Thanks. I appreciate that, Don. Yeah, my flow is great. I'm going to endorse PRC Coleman, Democratic People's Republic of Coleman, for the next producer. He had a slow start to the show, and his voice was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. But once he revealed that the wife has a penis, it was a good show. It was a great show. I also enjoyed the game, even though it was retarded. I think Coleman just brings a different element to the show. The other guys are all drips. Or Coleman, jeez. I call him Coleman. PRC, not Coleman. Yeah, the other guys were all drips. PRC was the only one that entertained me so far. So I'm going to endorse PRC. It's unfortunate I had to withdraw from that race myself, but if there's anyone that can save that show, it's going to be PRC. More importantly, though, Biodude with the ultimate troll job today. Cheers. Show the logo. Sponsors. He texted me actually before he went in, and he was like, watch this. Dude, the YouTube stream is going to be completely fucked up. And I was like, what do you mean, dude? Like, how's it going to be fucked up? And he's like, oh, I got this device in my pocket that's going to completely interfere with all the electronics. And I guess it worked. I mean, I guess he was too big of a coward to, tell Kirk about that. And he just let them all sit there and wonder why the audio was all fucked up. But yeah, that was all Biodude's fault. Don the Jeweler is also all in on PRC. Yeah, I think that's the direction the show needs to go in. And I like to not have it, like getting somebody who's not from Boston in the cheers, David Basita. Cheers. Somebody who's not from Boston in the studio just kind of changes things up a little bit. Not everybody's from Boston. I just call New England Boston. So I think that'll be good. I'm excited for it. Yeah, that's all I really got about it. The troll job, which I love that basically Biodude's getting all of the flack that he doesn't really deserve. That's the best part, is we're all just kind of aware that Biodude's not actually a troll, but we're all playing along. And it's great. It's working perfectly. Marshall versus Georgia football preview this weekend. So I had somebody go, oh, where are the lines? God damn it. Give me the lines. Okay, here we go. The lines right now, I don't know if this is correct or not. The over-under is 55.5. Ripping a bong from Bastida. Let's go. 55.5 is the over-under. I'm trending towards giving an over pick for that. I think Marshall's going to probably get blown out. It's Georgia. But I also think Marshall's going to be good for at least 20 points. Maybe even some garbage points. I can also see it being one of those games, unfortunately, where it's pretty low scoring for the first quarter and then it gets blown out in the second half. But 55.5 seems like an achievable over. The problem is they're not giving you good odds on any of this stuff. I think no matter what you were betting, I would see minus 110 for the odds. So Marshall's key to victory is going to be protecting the football. It's going to be running game. Running game is going to have to produce. We have no idea what the team's going to be like. We had more players leave the program than I think just about any other college football program this past year. David said, "Thank you, Don." So 80% of the roster is brand new. I have no idea what they're going to be like. 3 quarterbacks, Carlo Del Rio Wilson, who was a transfer from Syracuse. I think he was originally a 5-star quarterback recruit back in 2020. We've also got Zion Turner, who was the backup quarterback at Jacksonville State last year. And we have Jaquai Long, who is a Hurricane, West Virginia, 3-star recruit from, I think, 2 years ago. 2022 sounds about right, maybe 23. I've been excited about him for a while. It seems like he made a pretty good leap during fall camp. And I wouldn't be surprised if Carlos Del Rio Wilson starts the Georgia game, but Jaquai Long is our starting quarterback going into week 2 once we enter the realistic schedule. So the fact is, it happens every time Marshall plays a school like this. Georgia has Marshall's first 11 guys might play pretty well. Obviously, they're going to be overmatched, but the problem is once those guys get worn out, Georgia's next 11 and Georgia's next 11 after that are all going to be 4 and 5-star recruits. We just can't compete. So that's what usually kills a small school game like that, is the lack of depth, quality depth, especially on the O-line and the D-line. Let's see what else we got here. That's all the topics I had pretty much. Does anybody have anything for me here in the comments? We've only gone, this is the shortest show I've ever done. It's not a bad format for me though. 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Might riff on a couple things. Let's see if I can get give me a topic. Let's see. Topic suggestion. College football chaos factor. Which non-top 10 team has the best chance to blow up the playoff picture this year? It's fucking stupid. ChatGPT is retarded. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Penn State will do it. Let you riff on super programs like Penn State, Utah, Florida State. Who gives a fuck? The fucking playoff. I don't give a shit about the playoff. It's all locked out. Marshall has no chance of ever being in it. Will you and Chad be doing your NFL show? I really hope so. Chad's been he's not MIA, like he texts me and he still tweets every once in a while, but he's been a little distant from the farm league lately. He's just been busy. His kid's like a superstar little leaguer. And he's working, of course, but hopefully we'll get into that. I really hope so. I could go for a chatting with Chad right about now. I was hoping that he would pop up when I did this, but he didn't. Is Spaces working tonight? So somebody said there were Spaces issues earlier, which I've been out of the Spaces for a few days now. I don't even know what's going on. I know that John WI14 or whatever his name is wanted everybody to go around and describe their nipples. He owns a $30 million company, which is pretty impressive, really. I mean, it's not bad. I don't own a $30 million company. My net worth's like negative $12,000, and his net worth's apparently like 30 plus. So it's not bad. Well, I guess not necessarily his net worth. He could be really indebted. He could have a lot of debt. Yeah, get that $30 million asset. It's a possibility. Sean, congratulations to Sean on selling his house. He says Spaces are glitchy today. Spaces are always really glitchy for me. When I do them on my computer, which actually I'm curious, I'll host a space later maybe, because I'm curious to see if it works the same way on my on this computer that it did on my MacBook. Because on the MacBook, which by the way, Paulie Walnut's there, it's a sweet sticker. It would we would do it for like 10 minutes, and then all the voices would get like robot-y. It would like literally be like all like, and I couldn't really hear anything. But I like to do it on my computer because I like my fucking microphone right here. I got a fucking goddamn microphone. I paid $45 for this little fucker. So I want to use my microphone. I wish somebody would just come on the fucking StreamYard and the Restream. It's more fun. You can see people when they're speaking. You can make fun of their appearance. I could show off my lettuce. Shaved up. I trimmed it up a little bit because Anastasia was bullying me. So I trimmed it up. Everybody else had the good what do you call it? Good fortune, good favor to not actually like comment on my disgusting Amish beard. She, of course, had to comment on it, so I felt self-conscious. So I went and got the trimmer, and I went, I'm gonna have to do something with this. Let's get like, look at this shit. I don't think I've cut the bangs in like over a year. The rest of it's been cut more recently, but hang on, I'll fix this. But I'm really looking forward to it growing a little bit longer. I think I'm going to be a cool long hair guy. I'm also going to start telling people, I don't know if I've mentioned this before to you guys, but I'm 32 years old. I'll be 33 in December too. I'm going to start telling people I'm 25. I don't know if I'll get away. I think I'll get away with it. Obviously, if they check my ID, they're going to figure it out. But I feel like I could just like shave 7 years off my, because you always see like the old like people in history and it'd be like he was born between the years, or maybe even an old actor, an old actress. It's like they were either 82 or 86 when they died. I would love to have like some kind of like, ooh, how old is Luke actually? You know, that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start saying I'm 25 years old, starting like now. So as a 25-year-old, born in the year 2000, that's how I feel about things. Paulie Walnuts. Favorite Sopranos character, I would say, is Paulie Walnuts. It is kind of sad that he's like, I think he lived. So at the end of the show, it's like him, like just a couple other guys. Rest in peace, Jerry Adler, Hesh. That was covered today. I finished the episode of KMS, by the way, which I'm back in on the show. I wasn't lying when I said that I don't watch the show anymore. Like last year, and I didn't watch the show for a good 8 months or listen to it. And I would put on like the podcast every once in a while. And I couldn't get through it, but for the last like month or so, I've been back in, listen to almost every episode. If the problem is if I miss the episode, always lie. Abel, your age. I bet he meant about I'm gonna start lying about my age. I think it's a good move. I might start lying about my name. The problem, dude, I would fucking like when I watched the John Dillinger movie from like 2009, 2010. That was one of the last movies I saw in theaters. Like literally the like last 5 movies I saw in theaters were like The Hobbit, that movie, the Public Enemy. Public Enemies. Hot Tub Time Machine I saw with Alicia Bowen when we were seniors or juniors in high school. It was a date. She had one of those little tiny Suzuki. They're cool little cars. Suzuki, like not a Trooper, but like the little tiny ones. They look like little like Matchbox cars. And she had like a weird Elvis thing. So she had like all this Elvis shit in her car. Big boobs though. Yeah, we saw Hot Tub Time Machine. So, and that was within the last 5 movies I saw, and that would have been in 2000, whatever year it came out. I saw it when it was new. Before that was probably Coraline. And yeah, I'm not a big movie theater guy. I like movies. I just don't like going to the theaters. Completely forgot what I was going to say, though. Completely lost my train of thought there. Oh, yeah, Public Enemies. So in Public Enemies, like I know, like back in the day, like you could just like move to a different state and they had no idea who the fuck you were. You could just be like, like look at all those guys, like the bank robbers. They would like be wanted men in Missouri, and then they would go to Kansas and be like, nobody knew who the fuck they were. It's awesome. Obviously, that's completely gone these days with the information age. Even up until like the 80s, I feel like the 90s, you could have gotten away with being kind of like, and now they got you tracked everywhere. You're on camera 7,000 times a day. But it would just be cool. What would I change my name to? I think I would be bad at like the name change too, because I think I would have a hard time responding to my new name. So I think I would stick with Luke, but I would change my last name. But I don't know, maybe like, or I guess I could. I don't want, if I say my middle name, I'll be completely doxxed. I don't think I've ever told anybody my middle name on here, so I'm not going to say that. But maybe like, I would probably go with a more Irish name because I look pretty Irish. So I'd be like, even though I'm not very Irish at all, I would be like, I don't know, like Sean, probably Kirk Minahan, I think. Kirk Minahan would be a good name. That's what I would do. I go around telling people my name's Kirk Minahan. Sean Wick, by the way, I finally watched John Wick this past weekend. I'd never seen it before, which is ridiculous. Best choreographed like gun movie I've seen since Heat. Heat obviously is classic, legendary for that, but I enjoyed it. It made me sad. That's a good point, Don. Whitey Bulger got away with it for years, and he was a top 10 guy. That is a great point. I never understood how he got away with that. Shout out West Virginia too, and like Kirk said, his like guy I went to high school with was one of the guys that killed Whitey, but he got murdered at that prison in West Virginia. I read a couple Whitey Bulger books a couple years ago. I read the one that Steve Robinson ghost wrote for Howie Carr. It was good. That was more about like, that was called The Brothers Bulger, I believe. It was about Whitey and his brother, who was like a politician. It was good. Then the other one I read, I don't remember what that one was called or who wrote it. But Whitey Bulger's a fucking creep. Like all those guys were fucking creeps. Like when what's his name? Rimo was telling that story about Stevie Fleming. And like I still don't understand who jacked off on whose foot. Like from that story. I couldn't figure it out. But like those guys were all fucking weirdos. Like Whitey Bulger was definitely gay. He spent a lot of time in Providence, I remember. And like he had like weird relationships with like, I don't know, guys. They were like gay, like, and then they were also like pedophiles. Like they liked children and like men, like him and Fleming, I think. So weird fucking crew. Definitely prefer the Patriarchas or whatever. Is that the one in New England? Yeah, that's the one in Rhode Island, and then the one in Boston, I think, was part of the Patriarcha family. They called it like the Firm or whatever. But, yeah, or going maybe uptown, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, interesting story. We don't really have an insane story from Rimo. Yeah, that's like the Rimo sexual assault story, which is crazy. And I still don't get the story. It's like it sort of reminded me of when Tony Soprano tells the story about the guy. Hey, how are you? Where are you guys going? We want to hang out. And how did he get caught? Oh, he robbed a bank. Hey, how you doing? Give me all your money. But it kind of reminded me of that story. But it was like weird and kind of pedophilic. Speaking of pedophiles, Jackson from Australia, how you doing, buddy? Nobody's had a bigger battle with the age of consent than Jackson from Australia. I just saw a commercial the other day that uses that song called "The Age of Consent" in the commercial, and I was like, Jackson would hate this if he were in America and he saw this commercial. Oh, I got NFL Plus, paying like $6.99 a month now, so I can watch the games that are on Fox and CBS. I think I get Monday Night Football too, maybe. Not 100% sure. I can't afford to watch sports anymore. Like I'm gonna have to start pirating shit. I have MLB Network because I have Sprint for my or not Sprint, T-Mobile for my phone carrier. But then of course I have to buy the FanDuel network on Amazon Prime to be able to watch the Reds because I don't get the Reds or the Pirates because they're my local market teams, which sucks too. Like it's kind of worse that I got 2 local market teams just because I'm like midway between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. I should be able to like, I don't know. I guess I could watch Cleveland. I never tried Cleveland because I don't care about Cleveland. They might be local market too, though. They're a local market for me in football. Local market for me in football is Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. So probably the same thing. None of them are really, I mean, Cincinnati's the closest. Cincinnati's like 2.5, 3 hours away from Huntington. Cleveland's probably like 5 or 6 hours because it's like 2.5 hours to Columbus, then another 2.5 hours to Cleveland. So yeah, 5 hours. And then Pittsburgh's like 5 hours away too. I've actually never been to the city of Pittsburgh, but I am considering it for my next move because I am eventually going to have to get out of West Virginia again. Unfortunately, I am not medical or anything, so it's hard to get a good job here. But I'm going to have to like move to like Cincinnati or Pittsburgh, I think is my next choice. I did Columbus once, didn't care for it. But so between the two, I think I'm leaning more towards Cincinnati because it's kind of more of what I'm used to. I like living on the river. I've always lived on the river. Oh, what else we got going on? Anything else? I'll go ahead and post the link in the comments if anyone wants to come on. Hang out for a little bit. Oops, unable to share the screen. That's because I'm an idiot. Yeah, I would love to hear. I'll definitely reach out to Chad and see if he wants to do the K-Gun show. Let's see. That's what it is, the K-Gun show.
I abhor American foreign policies, war over oil and global commodities, economic control and army step in your soul with no apologies. Polis owned by Saxon Cobra go through dynasties, but partisanship is minor league. Someone to change the world, someone to see it burn.
Here we go. We still got some Patriots at Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. over 53.5 yards, minus 110. Don't think he's that elite of an NFL receiver, but he's due, and this is a good spot at home. Ramondre Stevenson under 50.5 at minus 110. Been seeing a lot more. Gibson and May will also run. Cardinals front has been very good. So you can look forward to the K-Gun show when that gets all around. What else we got? Pittsburgh is underrated from Freddie Lynn. Yeah, Pittsburgh is a beautiful city from what I can tell. And PNC Park is, I've heard, the nicest ballpark in America. So the thing is I hate the Steelers, though. And I fucking hate WVU. Because I don't know if I really hate the Steelers. I think I hate the Steelers because, like, everybody, like, a lot of times if you're a WVU fan, you're a Pittsburgh fan. And I just fucking hate WVU so goddamn much. By the way, fucking cowards. They had an opening in their schedule because I think they dropped their Alabama game. And we were trying to get Marshall versus WVU back on the schedule. And they scheduled fucking Southern Miss. Pussies. Fucking pussies. So because they got away for the last 7-game series we played, which was 5 games at Morgantown, 2 games in Huntington. They managed to get through without losing to us. So they got to keep that streak going. So they'll never fucking play us. They won't play us on fair terms. I'm actually at the point where I'm like, fuck it. Let's just play in Morgantown every fucking year. I don't care. But, yeah, it's kind of horse shit. It's criminal that they don't do it. It's by far and away the biggest sporting event in West Virginia if Marshall and West Virginia play each other. They don't play basketball anymore either because Marshall kept winning. When they played it, originally that series was played in Huntington and in Morgantown, and WVU never won in Huntington. Marshall won every single time. So then they moved to Charleston, and then Marshall would win, especially when WVU was like really good. Marshall was really bad. We would always beat them in that game. So then they quit playing that one altogether, and just doesn't. We only play in baseball and soccer and all the minor sports. But soccer is a pretty good rivalry because WVU and Marshall are like top 5 programs half the time. So, I think I'm going to start Spaces. We'll see what's going on. Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on and hanging out. I'm glad that the new computer's working out. I'm going to start Spaces. I'll see you guys in there later. Oh, let me play us out. Oh, now I'm on the fucking K-Gun show. God damn it. What do I play us out with? Here we go.